I recently had this realization while casually sipping my morning coffee that AI has completely changed how I handle my creative tasks. I asked an AI to generate a thumbnail for me, and within seconds, it spat out 4 professional options without me touching a single key. I just clicked through, picked one that really fit the vibe, tweaked the fonts and colors, and had a polished design ready in under a minute. That tiny experiment got me thinking about how much more powerful tools that slice long-form content into bite-sized clips have become. That is exactly why I want to show you how I am using Vizard to automate the entire process of finding the best moments in my long videos. The problem with most new AI tools is that they are often glitchy or only handle one tiny specific task, forcing us to stitch 5 different apps together. I prefer to use Vizard because it acts as a cleanup crew, editing long videos into viral clips and scheduling them all from one central dashboard. I'm going to walk you through exactly how I use it in my daily life, what works, and the few areas where it still feels a little bit clunky. First, the really fun part is the auto-editing feature that I put to the test using a 45-minute tutorial. Instead of me manually scrubbing through the timeline for hours hunting for the golden hook, the AI scanned the whole thing for me. It identified attention spikes and pacing changes to create clips that actually feel like they were custom-made for TikTok or Instagram Reels. Some of those clips were perfect right out of the box, while others just needed a very quick trim or a simple title card added. What is neat is that these suggestions are not just blind algorithm picks. The system actually learns your specific taste over time. If you train it by favoriting the clips you love, it starts to understand your unique sense of humor and your preferred pacing. Next up is the scheduling, which is usually the most painful part of the entire content creation grind. With Vizard, you just set your desired posting frequency, and it automatically creates a schedule for you across your chosen platforms. It eliminates the need to jump between separate apps, to export files, upload content, and manually write captions every single day. Beyond just editing, the content calendar turns this platform into a genuine workflow manager for your business. You get a bird's-eye view of what is scheduled, what is sitting in drafts, and which clips are still waiting on captions or thumbnail tweaks. For anyone trying to scale a channel or repurpose long videos, having all of that centralized in one spot is a massive time saver. Now let's get real about the rough edges because I want to give you an honest perspective. Some AI integrations promise total automation, like editing designs inside your browser, but sometimes the connection between tools can drop. Vizard isn't entirely immune to those early-stage quirks, so occasionally you might need to manually resync a clip or tweak a thumbnail. But honestly, compared to the hours of time saved on manual trimming, those little technical hiccups feel like a very small price to pay. Let's briefly compare this with other setups because many creators try to glue a design tool, a clipper, and a scheduler together. That usually works, but it becomes brittle and expensive, whereas Vizard keeps everything in a single, purpose-built ecosystem. It is priced for individual creators rather than big enterprise teams, which makes it a much more realistic option for most of us. I don't want this to sound like a commercial, but the way I use this tool is extremely pragmatic for my daily workflow. It handles the repetitive, annoying tasks like finding the best hooks while I spend my creative energy on storytelling and final polish. Here is the exact workflow I have been using for the last few weeks to double my posting volume. First, I upload the long-form file, then I favorite the best generated clips, and finally, I drop them into the content calendar to auto-schedule. When a clip performs well, I simply duplicate it, test a different thumbnail, and plug it right back into the schedule. This little loop has lowered my threshold to post, which means I am publishing more consistently without spending my evenings editing. If you are going to try this, my best tip is to treat the system like a junior editor that you have to coach over time. The more you interact with the software, the better it adapts to your personal style and preferences. We are in such an interesting moment where AI is fundamentally shifting how we create and distribute content every single day. If you're a creator who repurposes long videos, this is really worth a spin just to see if it saves you hours of work. Most platforms offer a free trial, so use that week to test the flow from the initial upload all the way to the final scheduled post. If you have been juggling multiple tools to repurpose content, try consolidating your workflow and see how much friction disappears. And hey, if you find any clever tricks or a better setup, drop them in the comments because I am always testing new ways to work. Alright, that is it for today. Go make some clips, schedule them, and let the algorithm do the boring bits so you can be creative.